Hey everyone, my name is Barrick.
And I'm Bobby.
And this is Our 2 Cents, a bias-free fragrance review channel where you get to hear our thoughts, our opinions on fragrances, but specifically on how it's reacting with our body's chemistry.
And with that in mind, I tend to bring out the base notes, the darker side of colognes and perfumes, while Barrick, his skin type, brings out more of the top notes and the sweeter side of things. And so you'll get that on this channel. But also, we have two different generations. I'm actually his father-in-law, so I can remember first wearing colognes in the 80s. And with that in mind, we're bringing out today Zino by Davidoff. Now, this was out before Cool Water came out. And so this was big when I was a kid. Came out in 1986. And
I wasn't born until 1988. So this is before my time.
So you were 2 years old.
I wasn't even a twinkle in my dad's eyes at that point.
Well, this is an interesting cologne. I can remember it. It brings back a lot of memories. And about half an hour ago, we sprayed some on our right hand so we could kind of talk about the dry down compared to freshly applied. So I'm going to apply some freshly on my hand. Pass that over to you.
And it's a pretty solid bottle. I mean, it's heavy, and the atomizer is nice. It's a good spray.
And it's 125 mils, so it's a big bottle. I mean, this is an impressive buy, and Barrick thinks it smells a lot like.
Yeah, so we did our dry down earlier, but coming right out the gate, to be honest, and before I tell you what I think this cologne smells like, to give you an idea of what it is, the top notes being bergamot, clary sage, lavender, rosewood. The heart notes being lily of the valley, rose, jasmine, geranium, and the base notes being tonka, sandalwood, amber, cedar, patchouli, and vanilla. Now, reading those base notes, that sends off sirens in my head for a specific house that I love. But before I even read those, when I smelled it out the gate, I'm like, this smells like Black Orchid from Tom Ford. My wife wears Black Orchid. She has for several years now, so this is a fragrance that's in my house all the time. And to my nose, there's just so much that smells like Tom Ford Black Orchid.
And here's the cool thing about that. If you like a dark fragrance and a very masculine fragrance, then you can get this bottle. I think I bought this for $20. Whereas Black Orchid, you're looking, what, 120, 150-ish?
Yeah, depending. I mean, if maybe you get on FragranceNet.com or, a good deal at Sephora, you're way over $100.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's only for a 100 ml bottle. This is 120.
Yeah. So I'm definitely in the initial spray. I get the sage. It's really coming out.
Yeah, the clary sage is huge. It's the floral notes. It's real sharp. It's real sharp there. And again, I wouldn't even call this a clone because this has been out since 1986. I think Black Orchid came out in 2006, so this has got to be by a couple of decades. For me, growing up in the 90s, Cool Water by Davidoff was the only thing I knew, and that's the cologne that your mom bought for you at Walmart to send with you to summer camp. So I didn't really have any positive experiences with Davidoff, but to be honest, this has blown me away. This smells great. And what do you about the dry down, though?
On the dry down for me, the patchouli starts coming out, the tonka, the darker, the sandalwood starts hitting up. Now I do pick up a little bit of lavender in my dry down.
Yeah, and for me, I agree. The patchouli is really coming out. The sandalwood, the tonka, it's creamy, it's nice. For me, it is pretty linear. In that, it smells a little bit, calmed down, but it still smells pretty almost exactly like what I sprayed just a few seconds ago. And I like that. I'm down with the niche houses where you take this scent roller coaster where it's changing, from every 30 minutes. But I like the fact that this is pretty much exactly what came out of the bottle half an hour ago.
So, 1 to 10, what do you give old Zino?
Honestly, I give it like an 8. I would totally wear this. I'm not mad at it at all. I like my wife. She gets mad at me because I snag her Black Orchid from time to time. Here in America, it's usually sold as a women's fragrance, but really it's unisex. And I really like it. And so this is Zino by Davidoff. You don't got to worry if this is a women's fragrance at all. Man, this sucker just smells good. It's sharp. And And
definitely masculine.
Definitely masculine. And me, you know, where I really bring out the top notes, it's easy for me to get into something that's really sweet and creamy, and it just turns gross and cake-like on me. And so for this, it's real sharp. It's just has a real powerful punch smell. And on my dry down, it's nice. I like it.
Yeah, actually, to me, the longer I wear it, the more that I like it. I mean, the sage starts clearing out a little bit, and I'm picking up more of the lavender. And a little bit of cedar and sandalwood. It's really nice.
It's an 8 for me.
Yeah.
I'd spend the $20, buy it. I mean, it's put it in the rotation. It's worth it.
Yeah, this is be the best $20 you've ever spent. And I promise you, there's not much else out there that's gonna to roll like this. I mean, even on base notes, you don't read much where people are saying, "Well, this smells like 10 other fragrances."
No, 1986. This has been around for a while.
So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to stick with probably a good 8 as well. I think that's where I'm going to have to land with you. So we got a solid 8. So this is a keeper. I would definitely think so. We appreciate you joining us, and make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we'll be coming back at you with some more of our 2 cents.
Catch you next time.